Hi guys, welcome to this course in Microsoft Excel Basics. I'll be taking you through the basics of using the Microsoft Excel package. So this course, like I said in my introduction, is designed for beginners with literally zero experience in Excel. So if you're an intermediate or an expert in Microsoft Excel, you may not find this course useful at all to you. I recommend you look at other resources. This is designed just for beginners. So we'll look at the basics of what Microsoft Excel is, what it does, how you navigate through it, and hopefully you enjoy this course. And please feel free to leave some feedback on the comment section if you have any, or if you wish to make any contribution, feel free to contact me and let me know whether additions, subtractions, or any kind of contributions. They are welcome, all welcome. Mm. So I will not just touch on the application itself, but as we go through, I'll also touch on the basics of using Microsoft Windows, a Windows PC, basics of using it. So hopefully you learn something again from that end. So let's dive straight into it. So what exactly is Microsoft Excel? So Microsoft Excel is just a spreadsheet application designed by Microsoft. So it's designed to create spreadsheets and workbooks. Just like MS Word, if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, is designed to create documents, and PowerPoint is designed to create presentations. So also Excel is designed for workbooks. So let's note that you may not need to install the Office package on your own, but it's important also to know where this application comes from. So it comes as part of a suite called the Microsoft Office Suite. So the Microsoft Office Suite has Excel, it has PowerPoint, it has Publisher, it has Microsoft Word, it has applications like Microsoft Access used to create databases and so forth. So you may buy a copy on your own or have someone install it for you, but we're not going to focus on installing this application. We just assume that it's already installed for you on your computer. So this is how you go about it. How do you launch Microsoft? You can see I already have a workbook here open. So you may be wondering, how did I even open it? So let me close and start afresh the whole thing. So there are so many ways to launch the Microsoft Excel, MS Excel. But the easiest of them all, if you're using Windows 10, is to search here through the search menu here. So you can just search literally for anything. You say Excel, you have your options pop up here if you have Microsoft Excel. So you can just choose to open Excel. So once you open it, you have some templates here. You have templates pop up. So please take note that you may need an internet connection in order to see these templates. So you may not see them on your computer and you are wondering, oh, why can't I see them on mine? You are not lost, don't worry. So all you need is an internet connection for you to open these, to have these templates. Also down here, you have the most recently used spreadsheets or workbooks. So here what we want to do is to open a blank workbook, which is exactly what we're going to do, and click on the blank workbook here. So once you do this, you have created your very first Excel workbook, which you have here on our screen. So I'll look at the spreadsheet from the bottom going up. So right below here, where my cursor is, you have your first worksheet. So within the workbook, there are several worksheets which you can create. So the worksheets, they just separate your work. Like maybe you want to create a database for say your students students here. So this is where you have all your names for your students, and you may want to separate this, maybe create yet another spreadsheet with the guardians, with your guardians. So all you need to do is to click on the plus here. It will create a new worksheet for you, and you can choose to rename it. By the way, to rename it, just double click on the name and it will highlight this. So it's either you may delete or you just start typing, then there you go. So you can create as many worksheets as you wish. I don't know of any limit as to the number of worksheets you may create. There could be a limit, I don't know, I don't know of it. So you can try it out and see if ever there's a limit, or you can just keep creating as many as you wish. So right in the middle here, this is your work area. This is basically where you'll be doing all your editing, formatting. This is where your data will reside. So skip this for a moment and go all the way up to the ribbon here. So the ribbon is where you have all the functionality for your Excel, all the functionality, the formatting, if you want to format the worksheet, the formulas and everything. This is where you find almost everything. So it's grouped here. You have the home menu, insert, page layout, so you can navigate through these and see the various functions you can perform under each of these. Okay, so we'll look more into detail on that one, but before we go there, let's look at how you save your Excel sheet. So it's important that as you work on your Excel sheet, you have to save your data, because if anything happens and maybe power goes off, maybe your laptop is running low on battery. I know in the old days when we were using desktops and everything, power was a big issue. The moment power goes off, you are off. I know these days you are more used to laptops and stuff, but still it may happen that somehow you may lose a document. So if you don't save it, you lose everything. So to save a document, you have several options again. First is this floppy drive like icon on the top left corner here. So you can click on this to save a document. And if it's the first time you are saving this document, you see this menu, this dialog box pop up, where you can name your file whatever you want here. If you look at the top here, let me take you back. We have your book 1 Excel here. So this is the name of your file. This is the file name. So you can choose to change the name here, maybe name it students. Give it a name. Then you may choose where you want to save the document. For example, you may drop down here and choose to save it in your desktop documents. Then you can go ahead and hit the save button. But before you do that, let me show another option to save. So the other option is to do a file save. Again, this is just different, like different interface, but what it does basically, we're just saving the file like we're doing in the first instance. So if it's the first time you're saving this file again, it will default to save as. The moment you do file save, it will default to save as. Then you may choose the path where you want to save the file. These are the most recent paths, or you may choose to browse, or you may choose to save it OneDrive. This is if you want to save it on the cloud, your file on the cloud. If you have a OneDrive account, like myself, I'm logged in with a OneDrive account, Microsoft account. So you may choose to browse and go to your documents and choose the name here, students. Okay, and this is a workbook. Save as type, we'll leave this for now. All you need to do is to hit the save. So once you have do this, you see the name change here. Now from book 1, we have students up here. So where have you saved the file? If you go into our file explorer and go to our documents, look for students, here we go. This is our file right here. Okay, so we save the file. So let's start with saving. I'll go ahead and show you on the top of the ribbon here. There are these 3 buttons here, 1, 2, 3, I want to talk about. So the first one is the minimize button. So what the minimize button does is, why don't you click it and see what it does? If you click, it will take your document to the ribbon down here. So it minimizes your document in case you want to go to the desktop, work on, open something else and stuff like that. So again, to open the file, you have to locate it here on the taskbar and click on it to restore the file. So that's what that button does. Nothing more, nothing less, just takes your document to the taskbar here. Also, like I said, I'll be teaching Windows Basics. So also you can do a Windows key on your keyboard. If you press your Windows key and D, it will take you straight to the desktop. That's another easy way again to minimize everything. This option will minimize everything that's open in your Windows. So that's another tip for you. Then from there, let's look at the maximize or restore button, which is this one right next to the minimize. So this one, what it does is it's either it restores your window down, that is, it minimizes the size, it reduces the size of your window, or you can use it to maximize the size of your window. So let's click on it and see what happens. So if you click on it, restore down, it will reduce the size like it is just done. So you can also choose to hold on the edges here and resize your window as you wish to the exact size you wish. You can feel free to play around it. So this is not an Excel function, actually it's a Windows function. So yeah, that's it. So again, if you want to have it fill up your whole screen, you click on that button again, it will restore it to the actual size. So that's it with that. Then the last button here, the close button. So this one, what it does, it closes not just this spreadsheet, but it also closes the program as a whole, Microsoft Excel. So if you click on this button, it will exit Microsoft Excel as well as closing your worksheet. So the other option, alternative to this, is to do a file close. Do file, then you click on close. So the difference is with file close, it will only close the current workbook, but it will not close the application itself. So just watch what happens if I do file close. Just take note, we have students, our students workbook here. And if I do file close, our students workbook is gone, it's been closed. But the Excel as an application, we still have it open here. So that's the difference. So to open another file or to open the very file we had, we may choose to go to the original location where we saved it in the documents and double click on it to open. Here we go. Or the other option is we can do file, then we do open, and it will list the recently opened Excel books here. Then you can choose to open it from here, or we may browse and look at the file and open it. Okay. So also take note that we may open as many workbooks as we want. I don't know of any limit to the number of workbooks we can have open. For example, we can do file new to create another workbook. There we go. We can create as many as we want, or we can do file open. Then we can open something that's already there. Maybe you may choose to open one of these files, whatever. So you may choose as many as you wish. There's no limit. just to the number of files you can have open, number of workbooks. So again, these are all the files you have. You may choose to play around with them. So this is another cool Windows feature in Windows 10 where you can choose to tile all your open files. If I click and hold on this file, maybe drag it to one corner, you see these illuminated windows like in the background. I may choose to leave it. Then I may pick another file, drag it to the other side, play around your files however you wish and things like that. So it's a nice and cool features from Windows there. So getting back to our Excel sheet, the students worksheet. Okay, there we go. So also take note that you may choose to navigate. Again, this is another Windows feature to easily navigate through your files. If you click your Alt, press and hold your Alt key on your keyboard and press the tab, it will let you navigate through all the open files on your computer. Say I want to open the students file, then I let go, then I'm on the students, I do again Alt tab, then can navigate through. I'm on my emails and things like that. So feel free to play around it, try things out, and see what what you can do with Windows and Excel. So also take note. So when saving files, if you do file, when you have a file already open, say you want to save it, you make some changes to it. We create our first name here, column, last name. Okay. You may choose to resize these columns. You resize them as you wish. Don't worry, we look at all this as we go. So we can have our first names, the last name. This is now our actual data being fed there. Okay, so you may edit this as you wish. And once you are done, or as you edit, it's good practice that you save as you go. So to save, it's either you can hit the save button here, or if you point it, it will give you some options. You see that save Control plus S there. So that means you can do on your keyboard, you can simply do Control and S, then you save in a flash. You may not see any processing or anything. Believe me, it has saved your file in the background. Or you may choose to save this file as something different. All you can do is to do file, save as. This time around you do save as, and you may choose a different location or the same location. Then you can give it a different name altogether, student 1. Okay, then you do save. That's it. So you have saved your file. Now if you look up here, this is now our students 1, and our students file is still there, and you can still open it. File, open, open students, and you still have our students here file and the students 1 file. So think for starters, so that's the basics of how you can open an Excel file, create an Excel workbook, save the workbook, play around it. So just to summarize what we have learned today, so we've learned how to create a new Excel workbook, how to save the Excel workbook. We've looked at the Excel sheets and the different Excel sheets you can create. You can create as many as you wish. We looked at this area here where you can actually process your data and everything. Then we looked most importantly at the ribbon here, which allows you to play around your workbook, create formulas, format the data, and so forth. So that's it for the first lesson. Feel free to comment on this video, give any feedback which we may have, and hope to see you on the next lesson. Bye.